What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for MLB Saturday, August 12th. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's MLB slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, we have a 9-game MLB slate tonight, so let's take a look at the pitcher position. So I think I picked a diamond out of the rough here. Take a look at Cole Ragans. He's pitching against the St. Louis Cardinals. Now Cole Ragans only giving up a .614 OPS versus righties, facing 5 righties here tonight. And Cole Ragans only 6,000 FanDuel salary, 500 less on DraftKings. Now, he's only averaging 15 fantasy points per game on the season, pitching an average of 3 innings per game. But take a look at his last 2 games. He's getting a full 6 or 7 innings. He scored 54 and 52 fantasy points in his last 2 games. So I believe he's going to get the 6+ innings moving forward if he pitches well. So he's got some monster upside here at a super low salary. So I think this could be the secret to the slate here tonight. You can stack your bats. So I like Cole Ragans here versus the St. Louis Cardinals. Okay, let's take a look at the catcher first base position. So a lot of good mid-range plays here. One of them is Spencer Steer. He's got a 12% batting advantage over a low salary pitcher, Andre Jackson. Spencer Steer, he's batting a .760 OPS versus righties. Andre Jackson pitching his worst ball versus righty batters, 33% worse than his other pitches, giving up a .866 OPS versus righties. So there's no at-bats versus Jackson yet. Spencer Steer is 3,100 FanDuel salary, 1,800 more on DraftKings, averaging 11 fantasy points per game on the season. He has a batting average of .270, scored fantasy points in 4 out of his last 5 games. So I like Spencer Steer here versus Andre Jackson. Okay, let's take a look at the second base position. So I like Wilmer Flores. He's got a 16% batting advantage over Andrew Heaney. Wilmer Flores batting 7% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a .950 OPS versus lefties. Andrew Heaney pitching 9% worse to righty batters, giving up a .757 OPS versus righties. But I like this pick because Wilmer Flores is 5 for 12 here versus Heaney. That's a .417 batting average and a 1.212 OPS. So one of those hits is a home run, another one was a double, and he's only 2,800 FanDuel salary, 700 more on DraftKings, averaging 9 fantasy points per game on the season. He has a batting average of .307, scored fantasy points in all 5 of his last games. So he certainly looks way underpriced here tonight with the splits in the matchup. So I like Wilmer Flores here versus Andrew Heaney. Real quick guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups. Okay, let's take a look at the third base position. So I like Elly De La Cruz. He's got a 27% batting advantage over that same low salary pitcher, Andrew Jackson, or Andre Jackson. Ellie De La Cruz batting 27% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .833 OPS versus righties. Andre Jackson giving up a .866 OPS versus righties. So there's no at-bats versus Jackson yet. Ellie De La Cruz is $3,700 FanDuel salary. He is $2,300 more on DraftKings. So I love that FanDuel price. Averaging 13 fantasy points per game on the season. He has a batting average of .265 and he's got monster upside. So I like Ellie De La Cruz here versus Andre Jackson. Okay, let's take a look at the shortstop position. So I like CJ Abrams. He's got a 27% batting advantage here over Luis Medina. CJ Abrams batting 22% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .779 OPS versus righties. Luis Medina pitching his worst ball versus lefty batters, giving up a .829 OPS versus lefties. So there's no at-bats versus Medina yet. CJ Abrams is $3,100 FanDuel salary, $1,300 more on DraftKings, averaging 10 fantasy points per game on the season. He has a batting average of .260. So I like CJ Abrams here versus Luis Medina. Now, I also like Willie Adames here at $2,900. And another player that I like is Miguel Garcia, although it looks like he's questionable with a left upper body, so you may want to steer clear of him. But you also got Jeremy Pena at $2,700 FanDuel salary, $1,500 more on DraftKings. He's got a 34% batting advantage here over Tyler Anderson. So there's a few good plays around 3K here at the shortstop position. Now let's take a look at the outfield position. So I like Kyle Tucker. You guys should have plenty of salary left over in your lineup. If you go with the low salary pitcher and some of these value plays, you should literally be able to put in whatever studs you want. So one of those studs I like is Kyle Tucker. He's got a 6% batting advantage over Tyler Anderson. Kyle Tucker batting 18% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a 1.015 OPS versus lefties. Tyler Anderson giving up a .727 OPS versus lefties. But what I like about this pick is Kyle Tucker is 5 for 6 here versus Anderson. That's an .833 batting average and a 2.524 OPS. He's got 2 triples, a double, and 2 singles. Let's see if he can complete the cycle with a home run here tonight. He's $4,100 FanDuel salary, $1,900 more on DraftKings, averaging 13 fantasy points per game on the season. He's got a batting average of .296, scored fantasy points in 4 out of his last 5 games, coming off of a donut last game, so it could be a good bounce back spot. So I like Kyle Tucker here versus Tyler Anderson. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this MLB slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.